my hat clip?
Everyone who goes through life usually has some things that they have that are sentimental to them. They might seem like weird, maybe even garbage to some other people, but most people usually do keep something to themselves as sentimental. For me, my first item that I have as sentimental is a playwright from one of the many plays I was in high school. I have dozens of these. I keep them, and it's amazing how when I go through them, I just get tons and tons of memories from high school come back. It reminds me of those great times and great friends that I had in high school. The second item I have that holds value to me is my stethoscope. Right now I'm going through nursing school, and a stethoscope is a very important tool that we use to listen to patient sounds. You can listen to their lungs and heart and bowel sounds. It's a good representation of what I'm going through in life right now. I had a clinical yesterday, and I had a clinical today, and a clinical tomorrow, and I used it every day probably. The third item I've chosen to represent my life is a helicopter. I've chosen this item because my career hopeful is to be a flight nurse on the helicopter. And I don't know if that will turn out or not, but I hope that's what it does, and that's what I'm aiming for right now, is to be a flight nurse. I keep all these items inside a book bag because I find education to be very important. The playwrights I kept in high school and I used for wonderful memories. The stethoscope represents college, which I'm in right now, nursing school. The helicopter reminds me of what I hope to obtain with the education that I'm obtaining right now. Education, I believe, is very important for every aspect of life. And it's something that you always use. It begins when you're born and ends when you die. And it's very important. When I went to get my camera to film them at the end, I bumped it and turned the recording off, so my witnesses are going to tell you that they did indeed watch it.
I'm Ted, and I heard the whole thing.
I'm Carrie, and I heard the whole thing too.
Kaylin, I heard it.
Lance, I heard it.